This is what I'm talking about. All right, guys, let's talk about injectors. I'm running southbay fuel injectors. They are, basically Bosch EV14 injectors. Southbay supplies his own hand-spun aluminum adapter caps, or whatever you want to call these. And they're supposed to be able to fit inside the E36 chassis without any issues. I have been having issues for the past year that I've owned these injectors. I switched over from 1,000 or 115 pound injectors to go up to 2200s. And previously I was running the fuel rail from OBD1, the OBD1 fuel rail. And the first thing I noticed when installing these injectors, I was not able to use my factory retaining clip. So I didn't like the idea of that so much because, we're throwing a lot of fuel at the car and all it takes is one little shift and these can pop right out. Thankfully, I haven't had that happen to me during the time that I was running the factory fuel rail. But switching over to run the new fuel rail, I've noticed a lot of weak points with not being able to clamp them down. And that's a big issue for me. That can cause vacuum leaks and eventually cause you to blow up or just not have a right running car or whatever, or even just a fuel leak. And that can lead to a fire or whatever have you. The next issue I'm having with these injectors is in the middle or the body of the injector, the O-ring sometimes doesn't seat properly, or I wouldn't want to say seat properly, it'll be seated properly, but the O-ring doesn't seal the fuel all that well. And I guess under pressure, it would spray a lot of fuel out from in between. And I have new seals, right, to put back in these injectors, but the seals in here are new. I had them checked and everything like that. It's just an issue that's going on. Maybe the vibrations from the motor is shaking the seal loose and exposing weak points where it's supposed to be sealed. So to prevent that, I'm gonna rely heavily on this rubber piece that's supplied to prevent the injector from going down too low. And I want to kind of wedge the injector in between the intake manifold and the fuel rail. So this way, everything will be sandwiched together nice. It doesn't matter if there's any type of vibration. It will hold it how it should. And in the end, this is what it should be like with the washer that I have here. If I need to, I will definitely go and add two so it can be wedged how I want it. And there will be no way for the fuel to leak out. All right, guys, that's it. I got it done. I have had some fuel issues in the past, as I stated earlier. Blew my head. I was having some varying fuel pressure, and this is one of those things that could cause your car to detonate, blow up, or even just catch on fire, depending on what type of fuel you're running. This is one of those things that, gets overlooked often, and everybody just likes to blame the tuner. And I'm glad I was able to find the issue before I started beating on my car again after just installing this new head. So check them Bosch EV14 injectors. Make sure you guys, cross your T's, dot your I's. This is a large investment dealing with cars in general. So, you don't want to have a lot of trial runs and mistakes. Mistakes are cool when you can learn from them, but when there's finances involved and, money doesn't grow on trees, you got to really make sure that you're doing what you need to do in order to make sure that your car can survive the season or whatever you're using it for, just driving it around.